Taxpayers in South Carolina will be getting a rebate of up to $800.
It will come in the mail or go straight to your bank account. You do have to have filed your 2021 SC 1040 by October 17th. You can check out WYFF4.com for an explainer on how to know if you are eligible.
Folks, there's a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI and SSDI, a lot of news that you have to know, and a lot of stimulus that you must get before the end of the year. And here's how to qualify for it with step 1. Important changes are here. There are several changes to Social Security that will take effect in just a few weeks. You may not even have heard about these changes, but they will impact your bank account sooner than we expect. So Social Security's buying power has no doubt been declining for decades, and rarely have seniors felt it as much as this year. Record inflation has pretty much made everything worse and more expensive, and it's made life extremely difficult for those that are pretty much going broke. But there's some good news in 2023. The government has already announced a change that may help ease the pain for those who depend on Social Security, along with 2 others that will affect those who are working. Social Security is getting an 8.7% COLA increase. The government issues COLAs every year, and it helps people who depend on Social Security and inflation. Well, now the average check is expected to increase by $200 a month per month beginning in January. So some people might receive even more because starting in December, the SSA will begin issuing notices to all beneficiaries listing their monthly benefit amount for 2023. You can also view this in your My Social Security account beginning early in December, because in 2022, only the first $147,000 a person earns is subject to payroll taxes. This will rise in $160,000 in 2023. So if you hope to receive and achieve the maximum Social Security benefit when you retire, just remember you have to earn and pay taxes on at least this much. It won't change things for most people, that is, because those earning less than $147,000 per year are already paying Social Security taxes on all their income. Only high earners who have to pay extra next year, and the SSA earnings test withholds money for seniors. That's if they earn too much while under the full retirement age. That's anywhere from 66 to 67, depending on your birth year. In 2022, you lose $1 from your checks for every $2 you earn over $19,000 if you'll be under your full retirement age. And you lose $1 for every $3 you earn over $50,000 in the year you reach full retirement age again. So fortunately, most money lost to the earnings this year test isn't gone forever, because when you reach your full retirement age, the government recalculates your benefits, meaning that you'll be adjusted for inflation and get your money the proper way. These changes may alleviate some of the strain you felt throughout 2022, as inflation has just driven up costs, and they're probably not going to change your lifestyle significantly. You'll still have to budget carefully and identify, supplement, and ideally supplement your checks with an income from a job or retirement savings to your account. But for the nearly 165 million people in today's U.S. labor force, Social Security will almost certainly play a key role during retirement. And since Social Security began regular retired worker payouts in 1940, the Social Security Board of Trustees has released a thorough annual report detailing the program's outlook over what defines as the short and long term. The trustees take economic changes, demographic shifts, and even fiscal policy into account when updating the outlook for Social Security. For the past 30 years, the trustees' report has warned that long-term revenue will not cover the existing payout schedules, including the COLA, because the amount of the expected long-term cash shortfall has grown steadily. All we're saying is, everybody, that you should expect to receive more stimulus because, as the Board of Trustees reports, Social Security was facing an estimated cash shortfall already of $20 trillion, based on the most likely forecast put forth by the trustees. The payouts will be a lot and close to $50 million. So that's good news for people who need stimulus cash. And I hope that President Biden should do more for the people in sending out stimulus checks by the end of December and hopefully by the end of the year. So, folks, let's see what President Biden can do.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. It is my great honor to convene this group. Needless to say, I think it's been clear over the last couple of days that our administration strongly believes African leadership in multilateral institutions is essential to address global challenges and within multilateral institutions. And our partnership will be grounded in candor, openness, inclusiveness, shared interest, and mutual benefits. Because as I said on Tuesday, our administration intends to invest our time and energy to fortify partnerships across the continent and within multilateral institutions. We are guided not by what we can do for Africa, but by what we do with Africa. And as the President announced, I will be traveling to the continent next year and very much look forward to furthering the relationships that are being strengthened over the course of these days. Earlier today, you met with President Joe Biden on Agenda 2063 and discussed how we can support your leadership and vision of a fully integrated African continent. This session will build on that work. In particular, this session will focus on 3 key priorities. 1, the promotion of international rules and norms that advance prosperity and security for all. 2, a plan to strengthen cooperation between the United States and Africa in multilateral institutions. And 3, an identification of ways to make progress within these institutions on pressing challenges, including the issue of food security, climate change, and security in the Sahel. I am grateful for the opportunity to hear directly from each of you so we can build on areas of alignment and identify a plan of action through which we can jointly manage
what I think are really important issues. I have a great concern that we're heading as a globe spiraling into the greatest food insecurity our planet has ever seen, affecting more people than ever. And obviously, this is an issue for Côte d'Ivoire. And so I would like to know from you, what is the largest impact of the Russia's war in Ukraine on the agricultural sector in the country? And what are some thoughts of yours to help to deal with any food insecurity?
Folks, did you know that you may be eligible to receive up to $1,000 from your state and city? And many of you are wondering how you can claim such additional financial assistance. Well, roughly 7 months have passed since the final enhanced monthly child tax credit payment was dispersed to families in the US. Now, since the checks ended, the number of children in poverty has increased from 12% to 17%. It has put 3.7 million children below the poverty line. Millions of parents welcomed these payments in the latter half of 2021 as they help provide financial relief during the crisis. This year, with inflation on the rise and a possible recession looming, several states are now planning to send families more money to lessen the impact. There's a new Republican Senate proposal that would send up to $350 per child and includes a work requirement. For now, it's up to the states to decide if they'll provide money in families to families in need. And so far, there are several states planning to enact a state child tax credit on offering deductions for households with children. Only one of those states is pending governor approval. Families in California who earn less than $25,000 are eligible for this $1,000 check as either a reduced state tax bill or refund. Those earning between $25,000 and $30,000 would receive